right, so I am going to show how to do some PVC work. I have a simple extension pole here that I'm going to use as part of my ram mount system that I'm going to put on my scooter. And I have these two attachments that I need to adhere to it. So I'm going to be using some PVC cement. But to do that, we have to do a couple of prep work for it. We've got to clean the surface and then put some primer on it and then the PVC cement. So I'm going to go through that step by step and make sure I'm doing it right because I don't want to screw up and have to order all this stuff again. First thing I want to do is just clean the surface. Very easy. I'm just going to take some alcohol and some cotton balls. Very easy to do. And I've marked, as you can see, tape as in the area that will be placed into the connecting part, kind of a part where I can connect a ram mount to. So I don't want to go past that when I'm putting on, especially the primer, because it's purplish. I don't know if it's going to stain and be visible on the black, but I know it's going to be really irritating to me if I just look and see that all the time. So I want to make sure that that is fine. And I'm going to clean the inside of this. Normally when you're doing PVC work and you would be cutting the pipe and you would have to like trim the edges and then sort of buff it or sand it down so you don't have any like burr edges, but this has all been manufactured specifically, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm really just going to clean the inside of it, make sure it doesn't have any dust or anything in there that's going to be a bothersome. And I really want to do this right because even though this is not used for plumbing, as what PVC is normally going to be used for, it's not going to be placed underground, it's not going to have any kind of liquid going through it. I am going to be riding with this through all different types of weather, in cold weather, hot weather, but there's also the vibration of the bike. And so if this thing is vibrating a lot over time, I don't want the glue to loosen up and break off because I'm connecting it to an expensive camera. I don't want it to fall off. I don't want it to fall off and do damage to anyone else, vehicle, person, whatever the case might be. So we're gonna make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is make sure I'm wearing some gloves because this stuff is messy. And I got a cut on my hand. I don't know if you can see that or not. I doubt it. Right there. And so I want to make sure I don't get any kind of solvent in that, just to be sure. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is take the primer here, as you can see, and it's purplish. And normally it's colored purple so that an inspector can see that a contractor has used primer, which means that's the proper way of doing it. And this is the stuff that I want to make sure I don't drip all over my pipe. So let me open that up. Oh geez, that's really tight. Thank you, manufacturer. Oh, geez. Holy moly. I'm gonna have to try use a wrench or something. All right, we'll break here. Okay, back again. Yeah, this was on pretty tight, so I had to really loosen it up, and but I got it open. So again, I'm going to put it around just the ends of this here. And I really want to put on a decent amount, but I want to make sure I'm not wasting anything. So I want to make sure I get this so I'm draining what I don't need. And then just start swapping it around here. On some videos I watched, they do it for like, 30 times around or whatever the case might be. And there's a little crosshair part here. I'm going to put that on there. Turn it around and get the other side. All right. And where can I put this so that I will rest it there? And then do the same thing for this part here. Make sure I'm draining stuff off and just swap the heck out of the inside of this thing. Okay, let it sit for a bit so that it will dry. Clean the surface. And then we want to take the cement part. And once again, be very liberal with it. I'm going to do this one at a time. So put that around there. Okay, so when you put it in and turn it a little bit and then hold it in for about 30 seconds. There might be a little bit of a pushback. You can see it's staining part of the tape. Hopefully it won't eat through it and leave it on the pipe itself. Getting a little drip. But from what I understand is that there's a tendency when you make these joints that it will try and push back. So you try and hold it in, let's say about 30 seconds or so. You guys can see me. And then once it's done, you can let go and then let it dry. Full drying, where it's fully cured and everything, it's about 2 hours. So just let it dry. Don't let it be bothered by anything. See if I can set up something I can put it on so it's not really laying on the newspapers. Okay, so hopefully that is about 30 seconds. And let's take the other end here. And once again, just be very liberal with how I'm putting it around. And inside here. Okay. Put it in. Give it a little bit of a twist and hold it for about 30 seconds. Okay, so I counted to 50, but that's probably not a full. It's probably more than 30 seconds or so, hopefully. And oopsie, it's pushing itself out. Wow. Not doing what I wanted. I think there's like a little bit of a gap here, so that if you want, you could even drill into your PVC piping and make some sort of a, I don't know, screw socket if you want. I really don't want to mess with that. I think if I can just glue it and leave it, I'm good. But if it ever comes off, then I have that other option right there. Okay. That seems to be doing it. All right, so it's good to have like a rag around, because once you're done, you can sort of just wipe up any of this excess primer, and that's why I have the tape there, so that hopefully it won't get on the pole itself. And this stuff is very, very staining. So again, I have all the newspaper down. I'm wearing my gloves. And I will put that there for now. And so I'm going to try and take off the tape. And as you can see here, I don't know if you hear my cat in the background. All right, good job. Yep. All right, so there we have it, no staining. And I'm going to come back in about 2 hours and see how it is. But now, hopefully, it'll be ready to connect to the RAM mount system that I'm going to put on my dashboard. Actually, it's on my brake reservoir, and I can use it to extend the camera away from me. In this case here, it's going to be my one of my 360-degree cameras, so it's far enough away to hopefully get a really good view of, I don't know if it'd be the entire bike, but at least the front section and me on the bike, and do a lot of fun things with that. So anyway, hopefully I've done this right and we won't have any problems. It's only one way to find out. Anyway, thanks for watching.